When you watch this, you're inside a financial contract you never signed, with rules you were never shown. Your paycheck, your savings, your safe bank account, all of them depend on a system that has already failed ordinary people multiple times in the last century. It doesn't look dangerous until it is. You didn't click this video for abstract theory. You clicked because, deep down, you felt something off. You work harder, your balance goes up, but your real safety doesn't keep up. By the end of this video, you will see exactly how money stopped being money, and what that means for every dollar you're trying to protect today. I'm going to show you one pattern that runs through the Great Depression, the 1970s inflation shock, the 2008 crisis, and the bank failures of 2023. This pattern decides who quietly gets destroyed and who walks away stronger every time the system adjusts. Here's the question I want you to hold in your mind. If the system had to choose between saving your savings and saving itself, which one do you think it would pick? Hold that thought. We'll come back to it when we reach the moment where ordinary people watched their life savings disappear almost overnight. Let's go back to the early 1930s. Between 1930 and 1933, more than 9,000 banks failed across the United States, roughly 30% of all the banks that existed at the end of 1929. Those failures wiped out about $7 billion in depositors' assets, at a time when there was no deposit insurance at all. When a bank died, ordinary people were simply left with nothing. Imagine working for decades, trusting the local bank, and waking up to a locked door and a headline saying your savings no longer exist. Most people think that was the Great Depression. We learned our lesson. It can't happen like that again. What they miss is that the mechanism didn't disappear. It just became faster, smarter, and more digital. The pattern is the same, only the names change. Back then, people were not doing anything extreme. They did what most of us are told to do: keep money in the bank, trust the institution, and believe the rules will protect them. And that normal, socially approved behavior became a single point of failure. Fast forward almost a century. New technology, new brands, new marketing, same human assumption. My bank account is a vault. My deposits are safe. Then came March 2023. At Silicon Valley Bank, panicked customers tried to pull $42 billion in deposits in a single day, one of the biggest bank runs in modern US history. That outflow pushed the bank into a negative cash position and set up its closure, making it the largest US bank failure since 2008. What took years in the 1930s, waves of bank runs and failures, now happens in less than 48 hours once confidence cracks and withdrawals can be triggered on a phone. The speed changed, the pattern didn't. In a moment, I'll show you one number that quietly sits behind every safe bank account and decides whether your deposits are fully protected or partly exposed. It's not your interest rate. It's not your account balance. It's a hard limit most people never think about until the day they cross it. Remember the Great Depression, thousands of failed banks, billions in savings erased, and no insurance of any kind. Out of that disaster came the FDIC, a government agency created to guarantee deposits up to a certain amount per person per bank. It sounds like the perfect safety net, but the FDIC doesn't protect your savings in general. It protects up to a fixed limit. Anything above that limit enters the crisis with no automatic guarantee of coming back. This is where history stops and your life begins. Today, in calm times, the standard FDIC insurance limit is $250,000 per depositor. Per FDIC insured bank, per ownership category. Congress raised that limit from $100,000 to $250,000 during the 2008 crisis to calm savers and restore confidence. That number is the line between you get paid back quickly if your bank fails and you become a creditor waiting to see if anything above that amount returns. Now picture a normal person, not a hedge fund manager, not a professional investor, someone who sold a business, parked $300,000 in a single savings account at a single bank because it that bank fails, $250,000 are protected by FDIC insurance, and $50,000 are not. That extra $50,000 becomes an uninsured claim in a slow legal process, not a guaranteed deposit. Now, imagine finding that out only after the collapse. You open a letter explaining why the safety you believed in had a cap you never really internalized. That is the moment where most people realize it too late. If the system has to choose, it saves itself within the rules it wrote. And those rules stop at $250,000 per depositor, per bank, per ownership category. The rest is not protected. It is negotiated. Let's line up the numbers. From 1930 to 1933, more than 9,000 banks failed and erased roughly $7 billion of depositors' assets with no deposit insurance. In 2008, panic and failures were so intense that lawmakers raised the FDIC limit from $100,000 to $250,000 per depositor. In 2023, a single bank faced $42 billion in attempted withdrawals in one day and collapsed in less than 48 hours. Past many banks failing over years. Present tens of billions leaving one bank in hours. Past $0 of formal deposit insurance. Present $250,000 of standardized coverage, but only inside strict categories. Here's the number I promised you. The FDIC limit of $250,000 per depositor, per bank, per ownership category is the hard ceiling on your automatic protection. Above that line, you are not protected by the system. You are exposed to how the system handles failure. Your extra savings become part of the cleanup, not part of the guarantee. Earlier, I said one pattern decides who gets destroyed and who walks away stronger. Now you can see it. People who treat money as a system with rules and spread their savings across ownership categories and institutions are the ones who still have full access when a bank collapses. People who treat money as a feeling of safety and put everything in one place because it's simple are the ones who discover too late that simplicity was concentrated risk with a friendly interface. Most people don't lose money because of the crisis itself. They lose because they trust the system between crises. You've probably felt this already. The game looks rigged and you always feel one step behind. The harsh truth is that the rules are public, but almost nobody reads them. If you're still here, you're already part of the small group that can choose a different path. Here's the pattern, stripped down. Confidence builds slowly. Risk accumulates quietly. Then a trigger hits. In the 1930s, that exit was a line at the bank door. Today, it's billions leaving through an app. Failure then gets formalized. The bank collapses, the FDIC steps in, insured deposits move, and uninsured money becomes a legal problem. Finally, the story is framed as an isolated event. Confidence rebuilds, and the cycle sets up with new names and new logos. The pattern is the same, only the names change. This isn't ancient history. The Great Depression panics, the 2008 crisis, and the 2023 digital bank runs all point to the same truth. Your safety is not a feeling, it's a structure. If your savings sit above $250,000 in a single ownership category at a single bank, you are betting your future on that institution and on extraordinary decisions from regulators. This doesn't mean collapse is certain. It means the timer is always ticking and your position in the next story is being decided right now, while everything still looks calm. So here's the real question. When the next wave hits, slowly like the 1930s or violently like 2023, do you want to learn how the system works after your bank dies or before? Do you still trust the feeling of safety, or are you ready to treat money as a system with rules you can actually use? By the time the pattern that destroyed savings in the 1930s and stressed the system in 2008 is being rebuilt today through debt, inflation, and new forms of cash-like assets, and how to recognize those setups before they hit your pocket. If you're tired of being the last to know, keep watching.